Good Tuesday to everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's natural for us to at times want to forget things. In other words, things that occurred in the past that we're perhaps not so proud of. We would like to forget them, but sometimes we can't. So, as a 9-year-old, I once failed a test. I failed a test. It was a very brief test. And the reason I would prefer forgetting about it is because I was tested from one of the greatest scholars of the 20th century, a great Torah mind. So I was 9 years old, as mentioned. We were living at the time in Mexico City, and we had a guest at home, a great rabbi in Rosh Yeshiva from Yerushalayim by the name of Harav Dov Schwartzman. And he was really recognized as one of the most brilliant Torah scholars in Israel, a phenomenal memory. He really didn't forget anything, and my father and mother considered it a great honor to host him. And at some point, he tested my older brother and then myself on Chumash. And I still remember the question. The question he asked was, what do you do with the meat of the Korban Pesach that's left over? Now, I knew the first half. I remember I was studying Parashat Bo at the time, and I knew the first part of the verse. The first part of the verse tells us that as you eat the meat of the Paschal lamb, you have to be sure to have nothing left over. Lo totiru mimenu ad boker. In other words, you gotta be sure to eat it all. And I remember that first half. So after I was asked, what do you do with leftover meat? My response was, you shouldn't have any leftover meat, right? You're supposed to finish it. But there's a second half to the verse. The Torah tells us, Yushno v'hanotar mimenu ad boker. You do have some leftover meat. Ba'esh tisrofu, burn it in fire. And I forgot that section. And he showed it to me, and he told me that there is a plan B in a situation where you do have leftover meat, burn it. And I felt a little bit embarrassed that I didn't know the second half of the verse, and that remains with me. But there's an important lesson there that perhaps I merited to learn from a very great person, that in life, yes, there are ideals, and we want to fulfill those ideals. Always be mindful during prayer, never make mistakes, never insult someone else, never hurt someone's feelings. Reality is that sometimes we fail. There are times that we are not successful. Judaism always provides a way and a mean to fix such situations. You could fix things. A relationship that's gone sour, you could ask for forgiveness. You could reconnect. A relationship with our Creator. We make mistakes. God's always waiting for us to do tshuva. And here too with the Korban Pesach, yes, as a 9-year-old, I only remember the ideal. But a great rabbi reminded me and showed me that, you know what? There's a way of fixing it. If you did, for whatever reason, leave over some meat, don't worry about it. Ba'esh tisrofu, you can take care of it. Expecting the ideal from ourselves and from others is a problem. In understanding that, yes, we should try our best, but in situations where it doesn't work out, you could fix it, is a very important lesson. And I'm very happy that I was able to learn it. And hopefully we can all make it part of our life, that we accept ourselves even if we are not perfect. When we accept ourselves and are comfortable with the fact, you know what, we make mistakes, tomorrow could be better and we could fix it. When we accept it for ourselves, we'll accept it from others as well. And the result usually of such an attitude is that we can have very, very good relationships. Because if I'm tolerant to the fact that humans make mistakes, and I understand that God Almighty understands it, I'm understanding of others as well. And if they did something wrong, if they said something they shouldn't, if they emailed something that they shouldn't, I could say no big deal. We all make our mistakes, and we all have room to forgive. Judaism provides for us the tool of fixing. a very important lesson I learned, and one that we could hopefully make part of our life. It should be a wonderful day. Bye bye.